The Los Angeles Lakers are finally starting to find their groove with Luka Doncic on their team, and this really shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. He's a top 3 player in the NBA in many fans' books, who was coming off an injury and had to learn a whole new system and playbook. Of course, it also doesn't hurt to have the greatest player of this generation playing alongside of you. I want to break down film today and just talk about a few things that have led to the recent success of the LA Lakers, Luka Doncic, and what their blueprint for success needs to be heading into the 2025 NBA playoffs. Ever since the Lakers game against the Denver Nuggets back on February 22nd, Luka's really begun to find his rhythm again, and so much of that comes down to, of course, his minutes increasing and him learning the playbook while he builds chemistry. But the Lakers have had a pretty great game plan with Luka as of late. Plays where the Lakers have 3 guys behind the three-point line, aka 3-out plays, will be crucial for the Lakers' success in the 2025 playoffs. So on this play right here, the gravity of Luka's game is on display beautifully, but this was also a very well-run play as Finney-Smith fakes the screen with Irving on him and cuts, which leads to him switching onto Washington while Irving camps in the paint. Luka then drives as Irving slides over to help. Dinwiddie then takes a step in to help, and Kessler-Edwards leaves the far side wing to help also as Vincent and Hachimura slide over on the wing, and Luka finds the wide open Hachimura for 3. This play was an example of the attention that Luka draws, but also was just a phenomenal pass by him as well. But the point still stands there that 3-out plays are the Lakers' best bet. The Lakers start out with 4 guys behind the three-point line while Reeves cuts and Luka decides to drive. While Dinwiddie does a great job of sliding onto Finney-Smith to prevent an open 3, Irving, Edwards, Washington, and Thompson's focus all go onto the cutting Luka, while Reeves makes the smart decision to slip back outside, and the incredible pass by Luka leads to a Reeves 3. Even if it's not 3-out plays though, I really like this set from the Lakers as they have 2 players camped in the corner while 2 forwards move around the interior. With Powell on Luka and Thompson on Hachimura, Hachimura screens then slips out to force Thompson onto Luka as Powell catches this and moves into the paint. Hachimura never stops moving though, and Max Christie correctly anticipates Luka driving. The problem is, all 5 Mavericks players' attention is now on Luka Doncic, while Christie left Reeves wide open to play help defense on Luka, and that all happened while Hachimura slipped out into the corner. And Luka finds Hachimura while Hayes slows down Washington's attempt to contest the shot, which leads to a 3-ball falling for LA and Hachimura. In my recent video where I talked about the possibility of LeBron playing a small ball center role for LA, I talked about how I do think Hayes has the potential to do just enough for the Lakers if Luka and him get on the same page. There's been many flashes of that, but also just Luka showing off how important cutting teammates will be for the Lakers' success going forward. Right here, Hayes fakes the screen for Luka before cutting back down as LeBron comes in to help Luka create some space and separation. Hayes looks like he's about to set the screen for Luka, but cuts to the paint as both Gordon and Jokic double-team Doncic, and no one focuses on Hayes, which leaves him free and allows Luka to get him an easy bucket. On this next play, they run a pretty similar set as LeBron screens for Luka, with Hayes faking a screen on Gordon yet again, cutting between both Gordon and Jokic. Then Luka finds him yet again, this time with a bit of coverage by the undersized Christian Braun. Hayes slipping between 2 defenders to cut to the rim has worked very well for LA when they've gone to that play, which has been essential in every game that Luka and Hayes have spent significant minutes on the court together. Here, Luka waits for Hayes to cross half court, passes the ball, then Hayes passes back to Luka, then Hayes sets the screen and rolls, but Josh Green at least did a great job of covering Hayes and not allowing a free roll to the rim. This causes Luka to just drive himself and take it to the rim, but he gets Williams off his feet and feeds Hayes for the bucket. And this play right here from their game against the Clippers should be further proof that Luka and Hayes in pick and roll or just screen and roll plays are so great together. Luka has the ball at the logo and Gabe Vincent screens on Derrick Jones Jr. for Luka to get Dunn switched onto him. With Dunn on him, Hayes screens for Luka, then rolls out as Zubac helps Dunn double-team Luka, and Luka provides the bounce pass between both of them to hit Hayes on his move to the rim. Safe to say, screen and roll plays, pro plays, and just one similar to the one right here with Luka and Hayes have been so successful for LA since Luka's arrival. We've spoken a lot on Hayes slipping between 2 defenders and cutting to the rim, but it's not just Hayes. Right here, Luka catches it at the logo from Hachimura, and watch how Hachimura never stops moving after the pass to Luka. And Luka gets the screen from Finney-Smith, which the Hornets don't switch on, and double Luka, which could have led to a three-point attempt back to Finney-Smith, but Hachimura ends up right under the basket, and Luka gets him the ball for the easy bucket. Earlier in the video, I showed a two players camped in the corner play that the Lakers ran against Dallas, and this was another great one as Jemison screens for Luka, but focus on Dalton Knecht cutting back outside for the late screen on Zubac as Bogdanovic loses his man defensively and helps Zubac double Luka as Knecht never stops moving and finds himself outside for a three off of Luka's pass. This is very similar to those plays with Hayes from the Lakers game against the Nuggets, this time with Jemison though. Also notice how Bogdanovic lays off a Knecht here, but Jemison comes up for the screen, then rolls, as both Leonard and Zubac pressure Luka, but he finds Jemison with an easy roll to the rim, and Bogdanovic didn't get all the way over to apply more pressure to Jemison. It still would have been a big-time defensive mismatch for Bogdanovic, but he at least could have bought the Clippers some more time defensively, or just forced Jemison to kick the ball out potentially. Now, in terms of Luka's scoring himself, his catch and shoot attempts are actually up compared to his time spent with the Mavericks, and we're going to look at all of his numbers in a bit, but he's remained great in isolation, much like he was in Dallas, which of course has opened up so much for everybody else on the team. This was just a rough defensive mistake from the Clippers here, as Jemison does a great job of getting ready to help Luka create space before realizing both Zubac and Harden will double Luka. So Jemison cuts as Luka provides the bounce pass for 2 points on what was such an easy play for LA. Once again, multiple defenders collapsing onto Luka happens here, as with 4 guys outside, Vanderbilt fakes the screen to get the attention onto Luka and off of himself, as Bogdanovic now has his eyes on Luka Doncic. Vanderbilt is now alone with everyone's attention on Luka, but then has Harden and Zubac in his vicinity. And Gabe Vincent is absolutely wide open in the strong side corner, and Luka finds him for the easy 3-ball. When Jemison sets the screen for Luka here, the Lakers have 5 players out, and both Dunn and Zubac's attention is on Luka. And as Luka makes his cut to the rim, all 5 Clippers players close out toward Luka. With 3 players outside and Vanderbilt doing a great job of cutting to the rim for the lob, the attention Luka commanded here made things look so easy for LA and should be great for them going forward. Since arriving in LA though, Luka's had the 5th highest frequency in the league of possessions in isolation, which isn't much different than usual though, as he had the 5th highest frequency last regular season and the 3rd highest in the season prior to that. And like mentioned earlier in the video, his catch and shoot numbers are actually up, as 15.4% of his total field goal attempts are catch and shoot attempts since joining the Lakers. Luka's catch and shoot numbers were actually up with the Mavericks this season prior to joining LA, coming in at 11.2%, which is the first time since his rookie season that he's had a double-digit percentage in that area, but it's up even more than that now, of course just because of the players and changes around him in LA. His pull-up attempts are actually down also, as while that's still the area where he takes the majority of his shots, he's been taking more catch and shoot shots as well as shots from closer than 10 feet, as the latter makes sense due to him just cutting and getting put back buckets more often since joining the Lakers. But clearly, Luka has done a great job of finding open teammates from beyond the arc, which is why I said the 3 or 4 players outside the arc, aka the 3 or 4 out plays, have been so great for the Lakers, with Luka having the ball in his hands. As Vanderbilt, LeBron, Knecht, and Hachimura all are shooting above 36% on 3-ball attempts off of passes from Luka Doncic, which is great. I'd like to see more 3 or 4 outplays from the Lakers in the future just for the sake of their success, as Vanderbilt only has 6 3-point attempts off of Luka's passes. But LeBron seems to be the one Luka has the most chemistry with in terms of getting guys the ball outside the arc. But I will say he also has gotten Hachimura some good looks as well. Well, of course, we also did show off, and we know the great chemistry Luka has with Jackson Hayes on screens, probes, and plays similar to that. Luka has truly found his rhythm with the Lakers, and we've seen a variety of plays that have worked well for him in the Lakers' success. He's going to get his, it seems, as screens and isolation plays are really where he's thriving in terms of his own scoring right now, which isn't surprising. But screens, double screens, pin downs, and cuts have really been what's been the most effective for Luka and LA. And it kind of just shows that sometimes the rudimentary plays are enough to get the job done when you have a roster as talented as the Lakers is. I want to know what you think though in the comments about the LA Lakers, Luka Doncic, or just anything relating to the Lakers or NBA down below. Of course, if you enjoyed the video, then make sure to give it a like and subscribe if you're new to the channel, as it helps me out a lot. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I am out. Peace. Peace.